as elected member from Kiptuya,
Point of information.
Let him finish.
I say no to the report and I support the BBI.
Honorable comment.
Point of information, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kipkurui, point of information. After Honorable comment, I'll give Honorable Nyauntu, has been seen.
Honorable Speaker, I would want to inform the Honorable House that the analogy given by Honorable Kevolwe does not apply in this case. Why, Honorable Speaker? The government and public service is not business. A very good example to counter that, Honorable Speaker, is the US. The US has a population of 350 million citizens, and it is only represented by 500 elected representatives. So now we are at 40 million, and we want to go to 600. When we'll be at 100, we'll be at 2,000.
Honorable comment, followed by Honorable Nyauntu, then Honorable Cynthia.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. May I take this opportunity by first thanking the committee led by Honorable Fred for really moving very fast and coming up with a report concerning the amendment of our Constitution. As I stand to represent the views that we collected at Kobuchoy in terms of public participation. In the public participation, the records what is in record and what is also in answered and what is also in as attached copy. And I'm not seeing other copies that were supposed to be attached. I'm only seeing one copy. The copy that I have, which is in the report and everybody has, the people of Alai supported the amendment of the Constitution. And since we are representing the people, we will go by what they sent us to come and say that they support. I therefore reject the report as indicated.
Get ahead, you come to this. I mind about women very much being a woman. When, like the clause of 14, clause 14, Article 98, where it states that in Senate we shall have a man and a woman. We want these women to go on this top post so that they can also reason more, see if they are able even to govern the whole country, to become presidents. We are being promoted up there. We have been promoted in this PBI, in county government. Governor must be deputized by a woman. If it's a man, vice versa. That means we are getting gender equality, which I feel it is a very good chance for us. We
proposes that it will be able to deal with the not more than 2/3 gender rule. Of course, Honorable Speaker, it is a very captivating promise as it has been written, Honorable Speaker. But there is zero guarantee, Honorable Speaker, in this particular proposal. It is just a statement, I think, that is aimed at getting attention, Honorable Speaker. Again, Honorable Speaker, there is a proposal that the members of the National Assembly, the women reps as were known, Honorable Speaker, are moved to the Senate. Honorable Speaker, that is a downgrade and demotion to the women of this country, Honorable Speaker. We will not accept, Honorable Speaker, as women of this country. You cannot pull us from the decision-making table to the top of the table, Honorable Speaker, to be flower girls. Honorable Speaker, this one will refuse. We still want to have the NGAF money so that they can be able to sort a few problems in this county, Honorable Speaker, and in this country. Honorable Speaker, and then I'm wondering, Honorable Speaker, when it is only expressed that when the governor is a man, the man shall consider a woman for deputy governor. Honorable Speaker, I think it is decided for the deputy prime ministers that it is not a preserve for women, it is only for men. They have not said that they should also consider women in the deputy prime minister's position. Honorable Speaker, same to the deputy president. They have cut it out clear that this is not for women. And as women of this country, Honorable Speaker, we have refused this one, Honorable Speaker. You cannot give us some petty things and then deny us the great things, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I will not speak to the constituencies, Honorable Speaker. In fact, this particular commission that was, or whatever committee that was tasked with this one, Honorable Speaker, it does not even know where its mandate reaches and where it does not. Honorable Speaker, they cannot just sit down one day and decide that they are going to use population to create constituencies. It is totally unfair, Honorable Speaker. And it is actually marginalizing the marginalized more, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, on the next issue, there is the executive. The powers that have been given to the presidency, Honorable Speaker, they are very dangerous. If they happen to fall on the wrong hands, Honorable Speaker, we will be back to dictatorship, Honorable Speaker. They are very dangerous, the powers that have been given to presidency, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the last thing that I want to speak to, and the last, and the very emotive issue that the people raised issues about, Honorable Speaker, is about the wage bill. Honorable Speaker, they have added supposedly, of course, after overstepping their mandate, the 70 constituencies. Those are 70 MPs, 47 senators, new ones, Honorable Speaker. That is a serious wage bill that they have added in this country, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, the source of income in this country, it is taxation and borrowing. And Honorable Speaker, for the record, we have reached our limit in terms of borrowing in this country. And Honorable Speaker, what that means is, it is me and that Wanjiku of mine in Kilibwani who will be taxed more. And Honorable Speaker, let me tell you, that Chebiji of mine, Honorable Speaker, in my ward, Honorable Speaker, that will be taxed. And let me tell you, Honorable Speaker, we are already feeling the pinch of taxation. I know most of the men, the ladies will agree with me. When they went for the shopping in December, they bought a 10-liter cooking fat at 1,300 shillings, Honorable Speaker. But I went to Jubilee the other week, Honorable Speaker. I was told it is 1,850, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that is insanity. And we cannot come here and put a signature on insanity. That is insanity we are inviting into this country, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the issue of 35%. 35%, Honorable Speaker, I must say that it is only someone who has not lived in this country long enough who does not understand what that means, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, it is a different thing to wish for your kids and your family to be able to live in a mansion, and it is a different thing to implement and ensure that it happens, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this country cannot lie to us. The law said you can only give not less than 15% to the counties, Honorable Speaker. But I have never heard, unless anyone has heard, this government giving 15.1%, Honorable Speaker. It has never happened, Honorable Speaker. And it is because of lack of goodwill. The allocation to the counties, Honorable Speaker, can be able to get to 50%, Honorable Speaker, without mutilating the Constitution of Kenya, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the tax breaks to the youth and all that can happen without amendment to the Constitution, Honorable Speaker. The increment of the Constitution, Honorable Speaker, it just needs the IBC, Honorable Speaker, to be able to sit down and do that, which is a constitutional mandate, Honorable Speaker. It does not need the amendment of the Constitution, Honorable Speaker. The fighting of corruption, Honorable Speaker, is the lack of goodwill. Otherwise, we have all the institutions to be able to ensure that, Honorable Speaker. It does not need the amendment of the Constitution, Honorable Speaker. And lastly, Honorable Speaker, women getting a third of the positions, Honorable Speaker, it does not need the change of the Constitution, Honorable Speaker. It needs things to be implemented in this country. The Ward Development Fund, Honorable Speaker, we have bills and there are counties who are enjoying up to 50%, Honorable Speaker. It is absurd, Honorable Speaker, that some counties went ahead and passed this bill, Honorable Speaker, to bring the allocation to less than 10 million. Well, they have 40 million, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that is something like giving your brains a holiday so that you vote a yes for this particular thing, Honorable Speaker. That is a backward thing, Honorable Speaker. We cannot accept, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, just to sum it up, the only thing that needed constitutional amendment in this of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, Honorable Speaker, is the creation of the position of the Prime Minister and the two Deputy Prime Ministers, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we cannot allow this country to be taken into a long process, Honorable Speaker, just to create jobs for 3 people, Honorable Speaker, and some ministers, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, of course, being a legislator and being a member of the County Assembly, knowing my roles, Honorable Speaker, I would never accept a situation where I am a minister and a member of the County Assembly, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that will jeopardize the oversight role that I have, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, that is just taking us back to where we came from, Honorable Speaker, and we will not accept that, Honorable Speaker. Again, Honorable Speaker, conspicuously, I have noted that Article 177 of the Constitution has been amended. Of course, it used to say that MCA's term lapses in 5 years. Honorable Speaker, they were keen enough to be able to amend it to read that until the next general election, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, if you are someone who reads into things further, Honorable Speaker, that should be a red flag, Honorable Speaker. You see, Honorable Speaker, there has been a lot of issues of the election might be shifted to 2024, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that one confirmed my fears, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, the Constitution is very clear about boundaries review. Boundaries review can only be done 1 year before the general election, Honorable Speaker. So if they make good their threat to review the constituencies, Honorable Speaker, it means that they have to be done by March of this year, which is next month, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, it will not happen. It will be 1 year less before the elections happen, Honorable Speaker. And that means automatically, Honorable Speaker, the election date is pushed forward, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, what surprises me more, I have written letters to IEBC, not once and not twice. And they have always said they do not have the funds to be able to do the boundary review for Kilibwani. But they now have money to be able to do the constituency review, while the people of Kilibwani do not get what they deserve rightfully, Honorable Speaker, because of the size of the ward. So, Honorable Speaker, I stand to totally support the report of the committee saying that we reject the BBI proposals. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Bwambok, followed by Honorable Mengech, then Honorable Hillary, as we finish.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I stand to support the report led by the Justice and Legal Affairs team. Honorable Speaker, I was one of the members representing Lelmo Kwangechek ward, whereby we went to Chemuntu public participation. And the people of the 5 wards, Honorable Speaker, first of all, they wanted to start with us to vote. And we rejected. We told them there is a time for us, which is today, Honorable Speaker, of which we accepted as honorable members. So you see, in that scenario, Honorable Speaker, those members themselves, they did even sign the booklets that we had, that they voted according to what they want, that they were rejecting. So as an honorable member of the representing them, Honorable Speaker, then I cannot go beyond their wishes because they are themselves who voted for me. However, even if they did not have the shoes and they voted for me, then they have got their right because those are the key people we respect. If they did not even have the clothes to wear and they have just gone to vote for me or the president, then they have got the right. So I cannot stand against the will of the people of Lelmo Kwangechek because those are the electorate who voted for us. Honorable Speaker, as the honorable member of this house, we have been going with challenges across, not receiving the funds. Now that we knew in the 2010 Constitution, the 15% was recommended, but it has not done its work to the perfection because we are getting very little. As even Okibolo has said, in fact, he has been the complainant according to the roads, that roads have not been done in this area for the past 4 years, Honorable Speaker. So according to this, Honorable Speaker, and again, in terms of the youth, now they are just bringing something of which they could have done earlier on to support the youth, because in Kenya, Honorable Speaker, there are a lot, very many school leavers, those who have got masters, those who have got PhD, they are tamaking. They are not getting more. Now they are just trying to bring that an extension of time in terms of loan. That cannot assist. I hope that the youth could have been assisted so that they could be assisted, Honorable Speaker. Again, the honorable the members of our wards, Honorable Speaker, wanted to amend immediately when we were in the field. But we told them this thing could not be amended. So they even came worse. That if it is not going to be amended, then why being taken to them again? So, and they say it again, time was very limited, Honorable Speaker. You know, these people started PBI early as 2018, but they did not come up in good faith with to assist this nation in what they have. So it needs, I think, to the people who started this, maybe I cannot say if there is an hidden agenda, I don't know. But again, there is a pattern in terms of taxation. Honorable Speaker, this has been felt across Nandi, but across Kenya. Nowadays, when you go across in your visits, you hear and you feel the people's problem.
Which requires that the government cannot use the popular initiative to change the constitution. That is the very nature. That is where we begin, first of all. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, the chief proponent of BBI, that is the president himself, has never respected the constitution. I will use 3 examples. Number 1, the president himself has refused to approve 41 judges of the Court of Appeal. The very person who is pushing us to respect the constitution, who is pushing us to pass the BBI. Number 2, the very chief proponent of BBI, Uhuru Kenyatta, flouted the constitution when he transferred KMC to the military. That is the very nature why I oppose this BBI, because the chief proponent, the president himself, has flouted the constitution. Number 3, in formulation of his government too, the president and somebody who calls himself prime minister. I cannot stop talking about them because they are the proponents. They are the ones, the same way the president has flouted the constitution by retaining the provincial administration. The chiefs, DCCs, CCs, chiefs, and the rest, they are not in our constitution, and yet the president used them to look for 5 million signatures. Honorable Speaker, I begin my argument there. Number 2, Honorable Speaker, we are not in a constitutional crisis. As Honorable Koech and Honorable Swadi have said, we are in a leadership crisis.
Ujulishaji, Mheshimiwa Spika.
Honorable Fred.
Ningependa kutoa ujulishaji ya kwamba Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa Nandi ameongea kwamba hatuwezi kukosa Mheshimiwa Rais. Mheshimiwa Rais ametumia machiefs kutafuta sahihi, Mheshimiwa Spika.
Honorable Mengech, finish.
I'm not finishing soon, Honorable Speaker. I will ask you to give me 10 minutes because...
I'll give you 5 minutes.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, we are in a leadership crisis. We are in a leadership crisis. The reason why the president has pushed down our throats the BBI, in so many of his occasions he has said, "Ntafanya nini?" Reason being, he has failed in his leadership. So what is the shortcut to his failure? To introduce constitutional change. Number 2, Honorable Speaker, the COK 2010 has been referred to as the most progressive constitution in the world. That is a fact. So what is the problem, Honorable Speaker? The problem is not the constitution. The laws are there. What is the problem? The problem are the individuals, as Honorable Swadi has said. Honorable Koech, you have already said, and Honorable Jepkwani was whispering to me that between 2002 and 2012, we had a good economy. And the reason is not because we had so many positions, but because we had one individual called President Mwai Kibaki, who was able to respect the law, the Constitution of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, my third argument against BBI is on constitutions without constitutionalism. The reason being, we have personalized institutions. I will refer basically to attempting to change names, for example. Before the Constitution 2010, Honorable Speaker, we had cabinet ministers. We had Kenya Police Force. Now, in 2010, we changed the names. We call it National Police Service. But the character and the person of the police has never changed. Now we are changing from cabinet ministers. We moved to cabinet secretaries. Now we are moving to cabinet ministers. Honorable Speaker, name change cannot provide services to the people of Kenya. Number 3, Honorable Speaker, I wanted to ask whether members have really read this constitution, this amendment. I want to refer to several of them. A very important one is on the proposed amendment to push the gender balance to parties. Honorable Speaker, democracy, just like justice, should be blind. blind to gender, blind to ethnicity, blind to race, blind to physical capacities. But this amendment proposes that each party, when presenting their list to IBC, should see to it that they have a third of the other gender. I wonder how they are going to implement this. In light that democracy should be blind. I don't know whether they will reserve Mgwen, for example, in Nandi County, for women. Reserve Aldai for women. And then reserve 10 wards. The most dominant who will be elected in 2022 will just wake up one morning, appoint his girlfriend as the Minister for Defense, appoint his aunt as the Minister for Education, and Parliament cannot do anything about it. No one in Kenya will do anything about it. The more reason why I reject. Members should also note that Article 158, the proposed repeal, that is total removal of Article 158. This talks about the removal and resignation of Director of Public Prosecutions, under which he should be removed from office. That section, the whole of it has been proposed to be removed. What does that mean? The DPP can do whatever he wants until his term ends, and nobody can question his decisions. And then the issue of the creation of the office of the Ombudsman. Members, I believe even the drafters of this did not see that this one conflicts directly to the functions of the Judicial Service Commission. They introduced the office of Judiciary Ombudsman and retained the same functions for the Judicial Service Commission. The other issue, Honorable Speaker, is the removal of nominated members by political parties who unto the likes of Honorable Sarasari here. A new article has been introduced where the party, for example, Jubilee now headed by Tuju. You see what Tuju has done to members of parliament, to members of county assembly. Now this one has been introduced in the constitution. One morning, a Tuju will wake up and say, Honorable Terry, you did not toe the party line, now you go of the people in office, because there is no political will. Allow me, Honorable Speaker, to read what the Select Committee of BBI said were the problems in Kenya, resulting into the quagmire that we are. Allow me to read them. Number one, they say negative attitude, lethargy, poor behavior within the public service. I don't know how BBI is addressing this. Public service, you go, they tell you, come tomorrow. I don't know how BBI is going to address this. Number two, they said systems that are created to fail from the onset. You create systems that you know they are going to fail so that you benefit from it. Number three, inadequate funding. I don't know whether we can talk much about that. And then number four, it says lack of timely release of funding. Honorable Swadi, Honorable Nyauntu, Honorable, I don't know who else. They have said the problem with our counties is 15%. Now we get 35%, but we know the COG chair himself, Governor of Kakamega, he has been complaining about delayed disbursement to counties. How is BBI going to address delayed disbursement? When members, we know, as Honorable Cynthia said, we are relying on two things, taxation and borrowing. Currently, I've just checked, Kenya is having 8.04 trillion, domestic debt of 8.04 trillion. How is BBI going to manage this? Number five, they are saying duplication of overlapping of functions. Honorable Speaker, allow me to say this. The Constitution is very clear on roads, for example. We have national trunk roads and county roads. Now, we have insisted on retaining Kera and Kura. You find that the road in Kapsabedia is supposed to be done by Kura. Why? And yet the Constitution is very clear. Because the road in Kapsabedia is supposed to be done by Kura. Why? And yet the Constitution is very clear. Because the bureaucracies in Nairobi are eating from Kura, they are eating from Kera. Because kickbacks, the most kickbacks are given in the two institutions. Number five, Honorable Speaker, they say too much of bureaucracy. That one I cannot explain further. There is too much bureaucracy. Like, for example, why should the county of Nandi be going to the COB, lining up for 3 days, going to the treasury, lining up for 3 days in order to get their requisition? This is the issues. I don't know how BBI is going to address that one. Number six, lack of information by the public. Somebody has said we should be telling the public. Honorable Speaker, in 2005, I was alive. The copies of the Constitution were distributed. I remember I went to public toilets and I saw copies of the Constitution. In 2010, copies were distributed adequately. They are in newspapers. In 2020, no document has been distributed except the ones by the County Assembly. So, the main reason why they have denied the public.
Time is up, Honorable.
I'm almost finished. Give me 2 minutes, Honorable Speaker.
1 minute.
Thank you. So they have refused to give the public information. The other issue, they have said lack of skills mapping and matching in the public service. Of course, that one is definite. You employ an engineer to work in a hospital. What do you expect? Number 7, they say lack of ethical standards. I don't know whether we can legislate against moral and ethical issues. I don't know whether BBI can address the moral issues that we see in our country. Lack of accountability, there's nothing much you can say about that one. We have always talked about it. Lack of responsible citizenship, we have always talked about it. Lack of responsible citizenship, lack of nationhood. Of course, this country called Kenya is so artificial. We are united by hypocrisy, we are united by money. What else? There's nothing else. There are no values uniting us. I don't know how BBI is going to address this. As my colleagues have said, before we went for public participation, I had told the people of Olesos whom I represent and the people of Nandi, I don't have a voice of my own, the voice belongs to the people. So when we went there for public participation in Mogon Social Hall, and they said, I'll quote one man called Leting from Kapchoro Ward. He said, when you go and create a law, and he said this in Kiswahili, ukubwa uisha, uongozi uisha. He said, create laws that will favor you when you are not in power. I don't know how this one will help me, because the main problem that we have in Kenya is the feeling of entitlement by some people, that they deserve leadership and not other people. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, I stand here in the County Assembly of Nandi telling Kenyans who are listening to this live show, referenda in Kenya should not be a political tool. We should allow Kenyans to vote for any issue during the general election. I have proposed to my party, Jubilee, that we want to make referendum the 7th ballot, so that in every election here, we are voting for issues. Just like the Americans do in their states. They vote for so many issues. So thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Hillary.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on the report of the Justice and Constitutional Labor, Justice and Legal Affairs Committee of this assembly that has been tabled before the House today, as in that is being adopted today or rejected, I want to say I disagree with this report. Mr. Speaker, this report purports to have done public participation, which was actually publicized. For whatever reason I do not understand, none of the people I represent turned up for that public participation. Now the document that is here for Tinderet, there is no single signature appended by a member from Chemelil Chemase. To me then, this is not the message from my people. And my people deserve to speak
Honorable
for themselves.
What is it?
Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa kupata habari bunge hii ya kwamba nani anafaa kuambia watu ya watu yake kwamba kuna public participation. Mimi nikiwa mheshimiwa hapa kabisa, mimi ndio nafaa kuambia. Sasa inamaanisha mheshimiwa mwenye ameongea hata aendi nyumbani kwa sababu hajaambia watu nyumbani. Mheshimiwa Spika.
Point of clarification,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me proceed.
Honorable Kipkurui, before I can come back.
Honorable Speaker, I would wish to clarify, as the chair of Nandi Tinderet County Assembly Members Caucus, that on the particular day of public participation, the honorable member for Chemase was absent without apology And also, Honorable Speaker, when we spoke to the members of Chemase, members of the public, who we are in touch with, they said the member for Chemase told them they wait, he will call for a public participation. So yet he is yet to do his public participation.
Honorable Hillary.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, you know they cannot substantiate what they are saying because where's the phone number that they called? Which number is that? Anyway, Mr. Speaker, allow us to skip that. But as I said, I do not know the reasons myself. I represent them. They were aware. They got informed, but they did not turn up. When I appeared closer to that, I didn't see any one of them. And I had to go back. Now, Mr. Speaker, this is not the message. Message from Tindred. Here, the message for Chemelil Chemase is not captured by signatures. So I cannot go by this report. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, the report indicates, and the member who was moving the, report, the motion said that we have gone by the law in doing public participation, which is true. But again says that public participation was irrelevant because nobody among us, the public, could amend the bill. Well, that is true. But to write that, to me, means you are doing a report with an opinion already formed in your mind. And so the rest of the recommendations are just but to substantiate your position. Look, for example, Mr. Speaker.
Information, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Gideon.
Mr. Speaker, I want to inform the Honorable MCA Chemase. The purpose of public participation is to get the view of the public. As to whether it is possible to amend or not is a legal issue that the County Assembly of Nandi is in court over the same. As for the public participation, in the absence of the option of amendment, the public, those whom we engage, said no. So, Honorable Speaker, it is the Honorable Member should just give merits and the merits of the report, not on the basis of consideration of the public participation, which he was not party to.
Honorable Hillary, finish up.
Mr. Speaker, what
Finish
he has
up.
said is basically what I was saying. So we
Finish
are in
up,
agreement.
finish up.
Honorable
Maybe
Speaker.
I need to inform, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Sang.
Now, I need to inform the members that in this public participation, you know the position you were done in a sub-county constituency, sub-county headquarters. Now, coming from Jepkumia to Junction, Fred had an advantage because members from their wards were footing. So there was no money to ferry members of the public so that they'd come. So Hillary is right by saying the members never attended because of they lack they lack the money and the finances for the same.
Honorable Sang, I think
So
that is your statement. Honorable Hillary.
So Guru was saying that I never attended.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
You have made a point.
Point of order,
Point
Honorable
of
Speaker.
information.
Speaker, allow me.
Honorable members, order, honorable
Point of
members.
order, Honorable Speaker.
Order,
Allow
honorable
me-
members.
Tulisha-
Order,
tulishaji, Mheshimiwa Speaker.
order, honorable members. Hillary, can you finish your statement, please?
Mr. Speaker, recommendation number 4 talks about constituencies increasing to 360, which is true, and goes ahead to say that that will be a waste of public resources. Now those constituencies will have people to be represented. Are you saying that the constituencies we do have now with elected members of parliament representing people is a waste of public resources? Mr. Speaker, should there be a high wage bill resulting to increase in the number of elected leaders and any other leaders? Mr. Speaker, the law in this country provides mechanism for correcting that. For example, we have the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. Its role is to review remuneration in line with the economic position of the country. There is no harm in saying we have this number of MPs, we have this number of legislators, but we want to balance the remuneration so as not to tamper with the economy. There is provision. Mr. Speaker, recommendation number 7. The Office of the Ombudsman The report says that the president will appoint, and that will be interference of the independence of the judiciary. The report fails to capture that it is with, there is somebody, Mr. Speaker, with a gadget. The report has failed to say with the approval of the National Assembly. As it is, it can be misleading. Mr. Speaker, recommendation number 8, the issue of senators increasing to 94 will create conflict in the House when voting. It is true that we have 47 counties currently. Those 47 counties are represented by elected 47 senators, but we do have nominated senators as well. No, you cannot pick a point like that and you want to make it appear as if there will be imbalance now in voting, unless you want to tell the nation that you know where the others will come from and
Point of information,
some people will not be
Speaker.
represented.
What is it, Honorable Kipkurui?
Honorable Speaker, I would wish to inform the Honorable Member for Chemase that the current voting system in the Senate is delegate vote. That is to say, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Cherarge, if he had a nominated senator from Nandi, there would only be one vote. So there are only 47 votes in the Senate currently. But with the proposal of the BBI, it then makes 94. So, Honorable Speaker, for 94 votes shall be cast. It gives equal measure to every senator, even not 94. It will be plus the nominated.
Fair enough.
Mr. Speaker.
Finish up, Hilary, your time.
Yes, I got interfered a little bit, I understand, but allow me time to conclude. We have standing orders that guide the House, just like we have standing orders in the National Assembly and the Senate. Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, I want to say this to the nation, to Kenya.
Mr. Speaker, information.
Finish, let him finish.
Just information.
Honorable Swadi.
Yes. Yes, I just want to inform my colleague, Honorable Hilary Salemi. It's not about the economy. It's bad. Kenya has money. Why is it that when it comes to representation of our people, to get fair representation, there is no money? When it comes to 2 million grand of MCS, there is money. Kenya has money. Thank you.
Hilary, can you finish? Your time is up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think he's just supporting the point I'm putting across. So the people of Kenya, the Constitution says that power lies with the people. And the people can exercise it directly or through elected leaders. There is the question as to whether we need to amend this Constitution. We, as people who have been elected to represent you, my considered opinion is, on this matter of the Constitution, you should exercise it directly. And therefore, I support the bill here at the Assembly to pave way for you to get the power at your hand to vote a yes or a no. So, Mr. Speaker, I reject the report of this Assembly tabled by Justice and Legal Affairs. And when time comes to vote for BBI, I vote yes.
Honorable members, yes, honorable member. Honorable Fred, because we need to proceed now.
Mheshimiwa Speaker, ningependa kupata habari kama mheshimiwa mwenyewe ameongea. Yale ameongea ni ile kwa katiba ndani. Lakini habari ya kamiti hajaongea juu yake na anasema hana haja Mheshimiwa Speaker. Ningependa kuuliza utuambie kitu moja yenye inafanya unakataa habari ya kamati, kwa sababu sisi kamati yetu ni kwenda kwa wananchi kuuliza. Yetu si sheria, yetu ni kuuliza. Atuambie kwa nini amekataa Mheshimiwa Speaker. Hiyo ndio ningependa habari kwake Mheshimiwa Speaker. Kwa sababu ya mwisho Mheshimiwa Speaker, yale anaongea yote wananchi walisema hawawezi kubeba mzigo. Hawakukataa sheria, hawawezi kubeba mzigo.
Honorable Fred, as you're on your feet, I'll give you the right of reply. You finish, then I can.
Hawawezi kubeba mzigo.
Honorable Fred, as you're on your feet, I'll give you the right of reply. You finish, then I can proceed. We go to decision. Finish by giving a right of reply.
Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Honorable Ngetich, what is it? Take a seat a bit. Yes, Honorable Ngetich.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for allowing me to hear my views. I want to thank all honorable members as a member of Kosrai and more so as a member of this committee. I want to thank the members for all the members who have spoken about this report. Me, I want to talk as a member representing the ward of Kosrai. I happened to be at Yamundu. I was the chair. The people from Kosrai came for public participation, and their decision was that because, one, increasing the number of seats in the National Assembly will increase the wage bill. That will burden the common Mwananchi. Secondly, I have heard my honorable members talking about ward fund to be increased to 35%. In the current law, Honorable Speaker, it states that it should not be less than 15%, and there is no limit. It can be even 100%. So that is why I am opposing the bill as a representative of the people, the constituent of Kosrai ward. And I want to thank all the members who have stand with this proposal, Honorable Speaker. And I urge all the members to support it so that we will say no to BBI bill. That is my request to all the honorable members of this House.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Fred, your last right of reply, then we proceed.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Yangu ni kushukuru Mheshimiwa kwa ile kazi ngumu wamekuwa wakichangia Mheshimiwa Spika. Na ningependa kuambia Mheshimiwa kwamba hiyo sheria inaundwa ni hata sisi wenyewe tutakuwa kwa hiyo sheria ndani. Hiyo ndio maana lazima tukue maanani kamili tuhakikisha kwamba ile sheria inaunda itakugusa wewe mwenyewe, na nimesikia vile Mheshimiwa amesema, na hii msiko yote itaenda kwa wananchi. Hiyo ndio maana naambia Mheshimiwa lazima uangalie mzuri, kwa sababu ukiangalia wameongeza wabunge 70, mwananchi ndiye atalipa. Ukiangalia hiyo pesa wanasema ati ya wadi, wananchi ndio watalipa. Kila kitu mwananchi ndio atalipa. Juzi tulisikia kwamba waliongeza mafuta shilingi 8 kwa lita. Mpaka sasa sukari ni 150. Mheshimiwa Spika, mbolea imeongezwa. Kila kitu imeongezwa kwa sababu ya shilingi 8 peke yake. Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, ukiangalia vile serikali wakiongeza mafuta, wananchi wanabiashara wanaongeza vitu yao. Ni kwa sababu ya kubeba hiyo mzigo yote. Mheshimiwa Spika, haya yote ni ya wananchi, watabeba hiyo mzigo. Hiyo ndio maana tunaambia wananchi hakuna haja kukubali tukatae, kwa sababu tunajua mzigo. Kama unajua uchungu, unajua pengine kuna watu Mheshimiwa Spika hawajawahi kuwa na njaa. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi najulikana penye nimetoka, najua uchungu ya mwananchi. Kutafuta kibarua asubuhi mpaka jioni, hakuna haja kuongezea mzigo. Mheshimiwa Spika. Ya pili, Mheshimiwa Spika, sisi kama waheshimiwa tunafanya harambee kila siku. Inamaanisha kwamba Kenya ni maskini. Wananchi wako na shida. Waheshimiwa wengine wako na harambee 20, 15 kusaidia maisha ya wananchi, kusaidia watoto wasome shuleni. Inamaanisha kwanza hakuna pesa kwa Kenya hii. Hata wakifanya biashara hakuna mtu ananunua. Hiyo ndio maana unaona hii mzigo wanaongezea wananchi, itakuwa shida. Mheshimiwa Spika, hii shida tunaongezea mwananchi, sisi ndio tutaibeba. Tukipitisha hii sheria, baada ya hiyo Mheshimiwa mwenye atakuja utafanya harambee asubuhi na jioni, kwa sababu serikali itakuwa inachukua pesa mingi kuliko yenye wananchi wako naye. Hiyo ndio maana nikaambia waheshimiwa, hii kitu tuangushe kwa sababu unajua huwezi angalia mwingine. Mimi wakati nilisoma sikusema nitachukua namba 1 kwa sababu ya mwingine. Nilikuwa napambana na mitihani yangu nikijua nitakuwa namba 1, namba ya mwisho ama ngapi nilikuwa najua naweza pata hiyo. Sasa sisi tuhakikisha kwamba tupitishe kwa sababu unajua, si hata kwa sababu unasikia kwa mtu. Wacha nikwambie Mheshimiwa, wananchi wanajua ya kwamba waliambiwa waweke sahihi, machiefs walikuwa na hiyo, wananchi wakakasirika. Ya pili, kuna wale waheshimiwa wamenyang'anywa kifiti kwa sababu ya kukataa referendum. Mheshimiwa Spika, hata tukiongea sasa hivi kila kaunti walitumwa viongozi wengi Walikuwa wanatuma kama wewe ni waziri, wewe ni county administrator, wewe ni walituma viongozi wote kwa sababu ya kufanya hivyo. Kama sisi tukue tayari kuangusha kwa sababu wananchi ndio watakuchagua. Wacha nikwambie, mwananchi atakuchagua, sio mwingine. Mimi najua wale wananchi wa Kapsabet watanichagua kwa uwezo wao. Lakini mwingine akikwambia atafanya hivi, ndio tufanye hivi. Sisi wakati tunatafuta viongozi Kenya hii, hata uandike barua, unaandika barua unataka patana na yeye utapata, lakini raundi hii sisi tulikuwa ya maana zaidi. Nimesikia waheshimiwa wengi wakisema kwamba ati pengine hiyo pesa ya gari imepatikana. Ile kazi mimi nafanya kwenda kuangalia msaanati kule watu yangu, hiyo ni kazi ya Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta na Jubilee. Barabara kwenda kuangalia ni kazi ya Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta na Jubilee. Mimi natumia gari yangu na nafanya kazi ya serikali. Waziri wa kaunti anapewa gari, mimi sipewi gari na mimi ndio mwanasiasa. Waziri wa serikali kuu wamepewa gari Prado, wanatembea kuangalia kazi ya serikali. Yeye yako kwa Jubilee, mimi niko kwa Jubilee. Yeye yako kwa serikali, niko kwa serikali. Kwani MCA ni kazi gani wamekosa ndiko hivyo? Ingetakikana tupewe milioni 4 ya kununua gari ya 4 wheel. Ndio tuangalie vile nafanyikana. Kwa sababu tunajua mimi sifanyi kazi yangu. Kazi yenye mimi nafanya ni ya Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta. Mimi ndio kiongozi ya mtaa ya serikali ya Jubilee. Na ningependa kuambia serikali, hii uongozi tuko naye, usiharibu kwa sababu mwingine atakuwa naye kesho. Hii kisu tuko naye Kenya hii, kuna wenye watakuwa naye. Tuangalie vile tunafanya. Hatuwezi fanya, mimi ni mheshimiwa hapa Kapsabet. Kuna wamama wangapi wanauza mboga, wanatoa mboga shilingi 70 kutoka Kiropket. Wanakuja kuuza, wamelipa risiti ya shilingi 30, wanaenda nyumbani na 40, wametupa kunia, wameenda nyumbani. Wewe unataka kunyang'anya ikuwe shilingi 70 tena, aende bure bila chochote. Lazima tuangalie vile inafanyika. Sisi wote tunataka tuhakikisha kwamba kama kuna jambo yoyote yenye iko kwa hii sheria tuangushe, wananchi wataamua. Ya mwisho, Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi kwa mafikiri yangu, ikiwa sisi tunapitisha leo, wananchi wakatae mashinani, wewe utatembea wapi? Na wauliza, kwa sababu ule mtu anaomba kiti yako, atakuja pengine kwa Harambee, aseme Mheshimiwa Fred, uliona vile alitupatia mzigo, aende nyumbani, utaenda bila kupingwa. Asanteni, Mungu awabariki.
Honorable members, I want to appreciate the entire House for your contribution, and judging by the mood of the House, we therefore proceed and make a decision. And I would wish to guide the House in 2 ways. There will be 2 votes to consider here. The first thing, we are considering a motion on the adoption of the Labour, Justice and Legal Affairs Committee report on the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020. We have heard about the motion, and the motion calls for the rejection of the amendment bill. So if you will say aye, then it means you are adopting the committee report. If you say nay, you are then rejecting the committee report. That's number 1. After we finished on the report, we proceed further and put a vote on the bill, where each member will put a vote. If you support the BBI Constitution Amendment Bill 2020, you vote yes. If you are against the BBI Constitutional Amendment Bill, you will vote no. So the first question I'll put is for the adoption.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Gideon.
Honorable Speaker, I want to inquire from you. You've guided us on the voting, Honorable Speaker. I want to inquire what the meaning is on a highest vote to the report and an ayes vote to the report, Honorable Speaker, in relation to the BBI bill. What is the meaning? Because Gideon, you've given direction on 2 cadres of voting, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Gideon, just to...
An additional inquiry. Is it possible for somebody to vote no or nay on the report and then vote no for the BBI document?
Honorable Gideon, let me just proceed. The first thing... Yes, Honorable Terry.
Honorable Speaker, why are you subjecting us to two votes?
I've made a decision, Honorable Terry.
When the same aye is directly proportional to the issues of BBI, Honorable
Take a seat.
It
I
is
can be able to give a direction. Take a seat. Take a seat. Honorable members, take a seat. Take a seat.
Point of information, Honorable Speaker.
It is the same. I wouldn't want that will be my domain. I don't have any say that you support the report. Then it means automatically when it comes to the constitutional amendment bill, you agree with the report and you will vote a nay. That is the direction. So we proceed immediately, honorable members. For both of them, we are going, first one, I'll put a question. On the report, just as is the case, let us put all our mics on. We put a question so that I can be able to pick. Honorable members, I therefore wish to put a question that this House adopts the report of the Labour, Justice and Legal Affairs Committee on the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 laid on the table of the House on the 24th February 2021. Will as many as of a similar opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay?
Nay.
Honorable members, I'll repeat again. Will as many as of a similar opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The ayes have it. Subsequently, honorable members, we proceed for division for the voting of the constitutional amendment bill right away.
No problem.
Honorable Fred.
Mheshimiwa Speaker, hii machine haifanyi kazi, Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Honorable Fred, that will be. So we proceed with the table clerk. We proceed for division and you will be voting whether you are accepting the BBI or you are against the BBI. Each name will be called out, you put your vote. If you say a yes vote, it means you are supporting the constitutional amendment bill. If you say a no vote, it means you are opposing the constitutional amendment bill. And lastly, the third option is to abstain. We are proceeding to divisions. The table clerks.
Honorable Pius Singoe.
Nay.
Honorable Kedogo Jackson Swadi. Honorable Kedogo Jackson Swadi.
Yes.
Honorable Sang Wilson Kipkirui.
Aye.
Honorable Samuel Kipkirui.
Nay. And kindly make sure you speak on the microphone. Go back again, Honorable Kipkirui.
I vote nay with the people of Tindret.
Honorable Chumba Milka Cherobon. Nay. Honorable Chemnyango Justin.
Absent.
Honorable Geoffrey Imbuji.
Aye.
Honorable Kipkemboy Frederick.
On the microphone.
Nay.
Honorable Kirongo Eliud.
I vote yes.
Honorable Mayo Charles Jacob.
I vote yes.
Honorable Murray Pius.
I vote no.
Honorable Chepkemei Clara. Honorable Chepkoech Chen.
I vote no. I bet mimi napigia ai ya BBI iende mbele.
Honorable Chepkoskei Cynthia.
Nay.
Honorable Chepkwony Philip.
Aye.
Honorable Cheruyat Elfas Kipkemboy.
On the microphone.
Nay.
Honorable Chesang Rose.
Aye.
Honorable Chemutai Nancy.
I vote no.
Honorable Kiplagat Kebene John.
I vote no.
Honorable Kibet Kering Januarius.
On behalf of people of Ndalat, I vote no.
Honorable Kiplagat Walter.
On behalf of the honorable members of Cabinet Ward, I vote no.
Honorable Kirwa Dorcas.
Aye.
Honorable Kipchirchir Kirwa Robert.
On behalf of Chemudu Ward, no.
Honorable Kibieko David Koech.
Honorable Kipkemei Koech Gideon.
Nay.
Honorable Kimeli Korir Charles.
I vote no.
Honorable Komen Osborne Kibieko.
I vote on behalf of the people of Terrick Ward, nay.
Honorable Jebitok Mayo Teresa.
Please speak on the microphone.
On behalf of women of this county, I vote no.
Honorable
Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members.
Honorable Kipkoskei Maruili.
Vote no.
Honorable Morogo David Kwambo.
On behalf of the people of Lelmokwan Gechek, I vote no.
Honorable Kipkoskei Ngetich Joshua.
On behalf of the people of Kosrai, I vote no.
Honorable Margaret Nyauntu.
Aye.
Honorable Kipkirong Rono Emmanuel.
On behalf of the people of Olesos, I vote no.
Honorable Chepta Rono Magdalene.
Nay.
Honorable Rotich Rail.
On the microphone.
Nay.
Honorable Kiptarbei Sanga Paul.
On behalf of the residents of Chepkunyuk Ward, I vote no.
Honorable Kiptanui Serem Hillary.
In order to give room to people of Chemelil Chemasa to decide, I vote yes.
Honorable Kibet Cornelia Some.
I vote yes.
Honorable Trufosa Kuto.
I vote yes.
Honorable members, the same will be tallied. I ask for your calm and composure.
Walter. Walter.
Honorable members, on this date of 25th February 2021, the County Assembly of Nandi, having a quorum of 36, both elected and nominated members of County Assembly have made their pronunciation and their decision on whether to support or reject the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020. And as per the division of vote, the decision is as follows. 13 of the elected members are in support of the bill. 23 are against the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill. Therefore, honorable members, the bill fails at the County Assembly of Nandi. The same will be communicated forthwith to the Senate of the Republic of Kenya for the decision of the County Assembly of Nandi. Thank you very much. Next order.
order number 9, adjournment.
The House adjourns until the next sitting.